The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available on Amazon.
The Mike Wagner Show, also brought to you by Illuminatical, the think tank of the future. The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, available on Amazon, highlighting the Book of David. And Heidi Tam Music, with her latest on HeidiTamMusic.com.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosinzia Missing. Also brought to you by Illuminatical, the think tank of the future, Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David, now on Amazon, keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner. Also brought to you by Heidi Tam Music. Check out our latest at HeidiTamMusic.com. We're here with an amazing lady who's a Canadian-born singer-songwriter based in Montreal. Began her career at 9, picking up a guitar and writing her own material, and played on stage for Talentnation. Talk more about that. Plus open mic at Boulzeye and the annual Argentine Blues. I hope I got that right. And that's a fest, by the way. Auditioned directly for America's Got Talent and attended vocal star. Has numerous files on Spotify, YouTube, and other platforms, including a number of radio stations. Also an award winner as well. We talk about the Next Big Invention, live, ladies and gentlemen, at Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Montreal. The amazing Canadian-born singer-songwriter who began her career at 9, and she's the Next Big Invention. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented Rachel Dara. Rachel, good morning, good afternoon,
Hello.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having me on here, Mike.
Well, it's great to have you on board, Rachel. So you're a Canadian-born singer-songwriter based in Montreal. You began your career at 9, picking up a guitar and writing your own material. You played on stage for Talentnation, you open mic, and also a number of festivals and stage events and everything. You auditioned directly for America's Got Talent, and you have numerous files on Spotify, YouTube, a number of other platforms, including a number of radio stations. You also 23 ISSA music winner, and you also have some experience in your pocket as well. Richlove, 18 or more, and you've got the Next Big Invention that's coming up. Before we get to all that, tell us how you first got started.
Well, bit of a story here. I don't come from a very musical family. I come from a very, I'd say, down to earth family. I started watching Alvin and the Chipmunks when I was about 5 years old, and I know this sounds very stupid.
That's my favorite. That's
how I got into music.
Okay.
That's how I found out what songwriting was. And at this point, I was maybe 5 years old. I was discovering opera. I was discovering, my dad would sing me Krista Berg at night. And ever since I watched this, I was like, you know what? I want to make songs of my own. So this is kind of where my interest peaks. And I started writing, like you said, I started writing my first songs at 9 years old because my reading comprehension at that age was significantly higher than most kids. Because I just enjoyed picking up a book and reading, but that ended up leading me to becoming a writer. And my parents didn't know what I was doing until they got a call from my school principal when I was in the 5th grade saying that I was invited to a studio to record my original song.
Wow.
with a choir who had come to my school. So I had showed it to them, and we ended up playing it together, like on stage in front of my elementary school.
Oh my gosh!
My parents were so confused, and were like, "What? My daughter doesn't do this. What are you talking about? You got the wrong people." And they had the right people, and now I do this. I do this as a job.
Oh my gosh, that is an amazing job you start. Unlike, flipping burgers or working retail, babysitting, that was your job right there. I wish we all had that job.
Yeah.
5th grade, oh my gosh. I have to rethink my career goals now, thanks to that. And besides what those events you talk about, what was that one precise moment that influenced you into what you do in the rest of your career?
My one
light bulb moment.
My one precise moment, I would say, being on that stage, actually. Like that day, that instance when I sang in front of my elementary school. That was like that was kind of the light bulb moment. That and the same year I did like this choir festival between a whole bunch of elementary schools in Montreal, and the mic was, I had practiced and stuff. The mic was broken. Ooh. And I ended up like, I was really, really tall for my age. I was 5'6" in grade 5. So I went to the teacher's microphone, like at the end of the hall, at the end of like the hallway, and there were about 500 people in this auditorium, 500 or more people, and I just I belted out this part in one of the choir songs I had, and I didn't sound my age. I still don't know how I did that. I didn't sound like that during the rehearsals, but I just got very lucky during that show, and that's when I kind of felt really connected to what I do.
Oh my gosh, that was a heck of a connection right there. And of course you talked about Alvin and Chipmunks, Christopher, and some of the other influences. Who are some of your other influences, including favorite singers, songwriters, and other musicians growing up?
At the moment, growing up, it was very, very definitely Katy Perry. When I start to get into music and listen to music of my own, I was really attached to Katy Perry's music, especially Firework. One of the first times I performed was actually on vacation, doing a karaoke to Firework at an adults karaoke night.
Oh wow!
And the winner won a bottle of alcohol. Obviously, I didn't, but. I had the opportunity to go up there and sing very nervously with a microphone. So that's that. That and Grace Vanderwall, who won America's Got Talent when she was, I think, like 12 years old. And she came up there
wow.
with the ukulele. And I started playing ukulele soon after that. So I linked those two things together.
So she started playing ukulele after you watched someone on America's Got Talent, 12 years old, and you connected together, and you also managed to get on America's Got Talent.
I wasn't on the show, but I did. The reason why I still have that in my website, because I can always take it down, but the reason why I still have it up there is because I was invited to do I had a time slot that was reserved for me, and I didn't know these people, but the way these pre-audition processes work for these reality shows is basically there's a line of hundreds and thousands of people, and they just wait for hours on end. But I had got in touch with the producers, and they had given me an appointment time slot. I became a priority audition, and even though I was very inexperienced, this was like one of the first auditions I had ever done. This was back in 2019. It's still a big thing for me. So I leave it there because it's still a part of my growth. Like, I feel like I got to update my website because there's a lot that I've been doing, but that's important. Yeah.
And I think that's a really good one too. America's Got Talent. You got instant accreditation. And of course, people wait for hours and hours and all that. What was the criteria for having you being placed at the priority? What was different than other than just showing up and pray to God to get on?
Honestly, I don't know why I don't know why they chose me, but I think maybe it was because of my age, or they saw that my voice didn't really sound like what a 13-year-old would be expected to sound like. So maybe they were kind of intrigued by that. They might have put me in the front of the line because of that. I don't fully know why. They never really communicated with me why, but it's still a cool thing to say.
And it sounds like it too. You also been in other competitions as well too. You attended Vocal Star. You also had been on like I said, Open Mic and Talent Nation and everything like that.
Yeah, that's how I started doing this. When I first Talent Nation was the first show I ever played, and that was the first time I played to a crowd as Rachel Dara, alone as an artist, and I'm very grateful for that experience because now I'm playing festivals, and I just got back from New York. I just played I played the New York Festival. I played the New York State Fair. I played a show in Pennsylvania that same day. And it's just like, it's one thing after the other. And then I think back to times years back when I was playing Talent Nation and I was playing a lot of open mics, but I still do that. And you just never forget how you started.
And that's very true as well, too. You never forgot how you got started, how you began, how you got there and everything. People take it for granted. And also you got rewarded with a couple of nice awards as well.
Oh yeah, ISA. That was an awesome experience. That was also an experience where I kind of had like a light bulb moment. Like, this is going to be, this is going to be a big thing in my life, because when I'm not doing music, I'm just a student. Like, I was that was the summer of 10th grade where I won those ISA awards, and I went back to school the next month, and it felt like nothing had changed. But sometimes I just sit in class and be like, wait a minute, I won some international awards, but I'm kind of just in the same boat as everyone else. But wait a minute, I'm playing festivals, and it's kind of like an identity crisis, because I feel like I'm growing in one direction, but I'm brought back down in another direction. I just feel this sense of, like, I just have to work harder in both ends.
Conflict, go this way, that way, you're being pulled. I know what you mean.
Oh yeah, that's my life, but I wouldn't have it any other way, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to get to do what I love.
And of course, you're doing what you love as well too. You also had in progress. You also made progress with Richlove, 18, Sunset Boy, and Young and Alive, and more. We'll talk about the next big invention with Rachel Dara. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those who love be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews in Evil Evan Doors by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes, Riley, and Nails. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. And coming up later, Missing 2 by Mia Molson-Zia, double the fun, double the suspense, and double the action, coming on Amazon. Also, you can check out our other sponsor, Elam Nitvical, the think tank of the future. It's also brought to you by on the Mike Wagner Show. Brings scientists and engineers together from all over the world, creating a method to construct a renewable generator, basically to create a unique product, which this unique product operates on a closed-loop system, generating more energy internally than needs to function. The extra electricity can be used to run everything from homes, power grids, phones, and laptops. This power source is renewable, highly scalable, and more importantly, self-regenerating. More information, visit basic.com/elumeniptical. That's ELLUMENIPTICAL. Check it out today. Also, Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Sweet Psalms by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David, including 30 paintings in King David Psalms. The Sweet Psalms gives us a new perspective of David through the Psalms he wrote and his time as a shepherd while started, and his complicated and turbulent relationship with King Saul. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, and more. Check out the Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Hi-Tan Music, featuring smash hit Baby Comeback. New music coming soon. Check it out at hitanmusic.com. Also, make sure you take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device, the MikeWagnerShow.com, 40 podcast platforms, and over 100 countries. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies. Makes great gifts 24/7. Message me at the Mike Wagner Show at gmail.com on how to order these wonderful gifts. And also for more great gift ideas, Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Great books, great merchandise, and more. And support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We're here with the amazing multi-talented Canadian-born singer, songwriter based in Montreal, Rachel Dara, here on the Mike Wagner Show, and accomplishing things starting at 9 years old, getting into competition. And yes, she's become the next big invention. But first of all, we go back to before the next big invention, being with Richlove, 18, Sunset Boy, and more. And also tell us about those songs and what inspired you to write them.
So all of these songs were written during the COVID pandemic, during, I'd say, the 2020, 2021 period. And a lot of the tracks on the Next Big Invention are written about my personal experiences, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of them are written based off of other people's experiences based off of my imagination, even based off my dreams. I just put out a song called Go Home Johnny, which is the second to last track on the album. And that song is about a reoccurring nightmare that I had as a kid.
Oh,
And
really? What happened,
yeah.
mind if I ask?
So I kept on having this dream that there were two little boys. One of them was older than the other, and that I was like 4 years old and at the top of the ocean. And I was watching one of the little boys drown, and there was another little boy who was watching this kid drown and was pretending like it wasn't happening. So this kid wasn't that significant in the dream, but I decided to write a song about it and kind of make some things up. And moral of the story is, you can't, no matter how hard you try, like, you can't really push away your past. You might as well just acknowledge it, and just be powerful through it. And I decided to make this into a story, to make this into a song where little Johnny's running home from this incident, and there's this old man in a wrecked house that comes out and screams, "You just lost your best friend you didn't even see." And Johnny's just pretending like, "Oh, what is this? This wasn't me. I didn't do this."
Okay.
And that's it.
Wow, that was something. And of course that'll be on the one of the features as well too. You also did Noah's Birthday Party, Young and Alone, Broken Friendships, and tell us more about those. What inspired to write them?
I did. Noe's birthday party was actually about a personal experience. As a really little kid, I was bullied by other very really little kids, because kids are mean when they're very, very, very little. They can be a lot meaner than people realize. It's scary. Like, I'm not going to go into detail about the things that were said to me, but I did make a song about it and about how, like, those things affect me today. And I wanted to kind of summarize a certain experience that was more of like, because you see, bullying is something that happens continuously, but this was more of this was a one-time incident. But this one-time incident was so profound in my life that I had to write about it, and I wanted to make it as haunting as possible, and I wanted to deliver a message that, like, what if this is the reason I keep doubting myself? What if my past incidences with other kids are the reasons I keep doubting myself? But why do I do this? And I just kind of made it all into a haunting ballad.
Okay. And do you think your size, maturity, being ahead of years, light years in terms of the learning curve and everything like that, do you think that could have an effect, maybe jealousy or anything like that?
I feel like I was intimidating, but I didn't realize it. I was a massive kid, and I was also very sensitive, and I didn't know how to take things. And people can see that I was sensitive, and I wasn't as I had some problems socially connecting with other people, making eye contact and making friends, and it was a big thing, and kids picked up on that, and they knew just how to, you know, tear me apart, and they did that with other people too. And yeah, it still happens today. I've got a little sister, and I see that this cycle often repeats itself, and it's sad. I wish it didn't happen.
And do you think it's getting worse over time, over the years, as time moves on and everything?
I think, honestly, yes, I do think so. Like, I think about it, I'm like, I'm so lucky that I'm not a kid in this day and age, because now with I'm not a little kid in this day and age. I have to deal with teenagers, but I don't have to deal with Generation Alpha, who has access to the entire internet and knows things that I definitely didn't pick up on when I was their age. So I do think it's getting worse, but at the same time, I think we know more about it as a society. We're more aware about it, and there's more things that are being done to stop it.
Mm-hmm. And you also have a couple others too, Young and Alone and Broken Friendships. Tell us about that. If there's other songs out there you want to talk about, feel free to do so.
Of course. Broken Friendships is once again written during COVID, based off of my experiences of losing friends, and how it was affecting me at the time, because I was losing a lot of close childhood friends because I just wasn't able to be available. I was at home, and it had a big impact on me. And I was like, why me? Why are you picking somebody else over me? Because it was kind of like a replacement thing. So I wrote that song, and I'm still playing it, and it feels so healing to be playing songs that I needed to hear at a certain point in my life. And I hope that people who are my age when I wrote that song can connect with it in the same way I did while writing it at that point in time. Same thing with Young and Alone. I wrote that about the feeling of like being left out.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like my experiences are delayed. And even if we're out of that point in time, I feel like my music definitely still applies, because there are people who are like ostracized, who are excluded, and they don't really know what to do, and they don't really they don't know how to reintegrate themselves, and they kind of feel lost and trapped. And I want my music to be a sense of healing, and to be a sense of, you know what, there's someone out there who knows my experiences. Like, these are common experiences, even if they don't seem like it.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that makes sense as well, too. And, of course, with you, all those compliments and everything, you're pretty much the next big invention. And why is Rachel Dara the next big invention? We'll find out just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Missing, and by Illuminatical, the think tank of the future. The sweet song is by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David, on Amazon and hightanmusic.com. Check out her latest at hightanmusic.com. We'll be back with the multi-talented Canadian border singer-songwriter Rachel Dara after this time.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, I'm Burl Bear, legendary American author, and I'm here to tell you about Missing, the new mystery suspense novel by Mian Mosensia. It's really a good book. Very surprising. Never metaphor I didn't like, especially in this book. Here you have a main character whose life has been filled with despair. His wife died in 9/11. His young daughter died of a rare disease. He's not a happy camper. What does he do for a living? He's a physical fitness trainer. When somebody hardly knows, somebody he's never met, he only has encountered them on an internet chat line, goes missing, this is his journey. He's going to go rescue them. This is his search for redemption, his search for his own personal promised land. He couldn't do anything about the death of his wife, the death of his child, but maybe he can rescue this woman he's never met. That is, if she exists. Missing by Mian Mosensia, international in scope, vastly entertaining, full of surprises. I suggest you get it in either paperback or an electronic edition for your Kindle. Missing by Mian Mosensia.
Baby, come back.
Heidi Tan has a new release, the remake of Player's Baby Come Back.
Spending all my nights, all my money going out of the town.
With special guest, international recording artist Nils on guitar. And now with her own twist on the classic comes Heidi Tan 2023.
Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see.
She delivers the punch you'd expect from a seasoned pro with this arrangement of Baby Come Back. Destined to be a chart topper, Heidi Tan, Baby Come Back.
The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Illuminatical, the think tank of the future. Illuminatical, a human think tank that brings scientists and engineers together from all over the world, has created a method to construct a renewable generator with this in mind. This unique product operates on a closed-loop system that generates more energy internally than it needs to function. The extra electricity can be used to run everything from homes and power grids to phones and laptops. This power source is entirely renewable, highly scalable, and more importantly, self-regenerating. For more information, visit facebook.com/illuminatical. That's facebook.com/ILLUMINATICAL. LLUMENIPTICAL today. The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Serena Wagner's book, The Sweet Psalmist, now available on Amazon. This book includes 30 exquisite paintings by well-known and unknown painters and King David Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives us a new perspective on his life in this book through the Psalms he wrote. His time as a shepherd in the field is where the book starts, and it goes on to describe his complicated and turbulent relationship with King Saul as well as other events. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, and more. It also offers advice on approaching God and living a life that pleases him. Check out the book, The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, now available on Amazon. Keywords, Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to the Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back to the multi-talented Canadian border singer-songwriter based in Montreal, Rachel Dara, here on the Mike Wagner Show, and covering just about every song possible, and having some success as well. And she has the Next Big Invention, and tell us more about the Next Big Invention, and more especially the title track.
So the Next Big Invention was just, it's something so profound, it's something so simple. It was a song that just clicked in my head when I was writing it. The title just clicked in my head. And I was listening to a presentation, and this was an 8th grade class presentation. I was in online class, and this girl had said, "You never know who one day can become the next big invention." And I was feeling so much angst and so much emotion that I decided to write a song about writing songs. And I wrote about the freedom of writing songs and the freedom of what music has given me. And when I wrote that song, I didn't realize that I was foreshadowing the years that were to come. After about 3-4 months after writing that song, I ended up going to Nova Scotia to record the Next Big Invention as an album with Mark Howard, who, as you may know, has produced Joni Mitchell, U2, people who I didn't even hear of at the time. So it wasn't really as significant to me, but he's just a great person, great producer, very down to earth. And when I got to Nova Scotia, and I played the Next Big Invention with a group of singers at the boardwalk near the ocean. The night before I recorded that in studio, I realized that I was singing about what was happening in that moment, and I just couldn't believe it, because I had predicted my future with that song, and it just keeps on happening again and again and again, and the reason I'd consider myself to be the next big invention is that my future just keeps on turning and turning and turning, and it's so far and so close, and I just keep reinventing myself.
And you're doing a great job of it. And where can we find the Next Big Invention and all your music at, Rachel?
So you could find all my music. It should be on all platforms. At the moment, you know what I should announce? There was a bit of an issue with my distributor where 5 of my songs were taking off all platforms, but my team and I have been working consistently on putting them back up, so they will be back up within the next month. My album, however, the Next Big Invention, is dropping within the next month or two, and we're on that. So you can find Go Home Johnny right now on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music. All the links are on my website, racheldara.com. And I'm on about every single social media platform you can think of except for Twitter. So pretty much everywhere.
You're not on the X bandwagon, huh? I still call it Twitter.
Twitter, X, whatever it is. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with it.
I know, next thing you know, Instagram will become Y, Facebook will become Z, and something else will become W or something. You might as well
Alpha.
make it letters, so it's confusing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. We're here at the multi-talented Rachel Dara from Montreal, here on the Mike Wagner Show at the Next Big Invention. Just a few more things, Rachel. What else can we expect in 2024 and beyond? Maybe going to 2025?
I'm playing a whole bunch of shows. I'm putting out a whole bunch of music. I'm also, I'm currently in process of raising money to put my debut album, The Next Big Invention, on vinyl. So I'll be selling some of those vinyls. But I also have other music set to be released. This summer, or the past summer, I spent 2 days in Toronto at Classic Avenue Studios recording my debut EP, which has 3 songs on it, and I've been waiting to put these 3 songs out. These are a reflection of who I am at the moment. I can't wait for the world to hear it, and that will be out in 2025.
And we're certainly looking for as well, too, along with the Next Big Invention with Rachel Dara. Who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Biggest influences in my career?
Yes.
Honestly, I'm influenced by so many people and so many things. I wouldn't be able to put my finger on number one, but there's a lot of, like, at the moment, I didn't mention it, but I'm like a diehard Billie Eilish fan. You can see that poster in the back. But ever since I was
I see that.
12 or so, and I just, I would listen to her music to enjoy myself, but I just feel so inspired by her and her brother's music that it helped me develop my own. It helped me develop my own sense of songwriting, my own sense of self, and so I'd put her on the list for some of my inspirations. And another one is my vocal coach, Michelle Tracy. She's an incredible artist and performer, and I've been working with her for the past 4 years. And if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would be growing as steadily as I am now. I wouldn't have as much knowledge of my music, control over my voice, and I wouldn't be able to connect with my audience if it wasn't for her and all the effort that she puts into her growth and my growth.
Mm-hmm. And certainly an amazing job as well, too. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Best advice I could give to anybody is that if you really, really like something, don't quit because people say you should. Don't quit because you feel the pressure to. Just keep doing it. Doesn't matter how you sound, just or what it looks like. Art is art, and we all start somewhere. So I encourage anyone who's watching to pick up something that you love, find something that you love, and just keep that passion alive, because that's gonna be there for you for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. And certainly well said as well, too. That is well said. We have the multi-talented Canadian border singer-songwriter based in Montreal, Rachel Dara, with the Next Big Invention here on the Mike Wagner Show. Rachel, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'll have you back. Once again, what's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your music?
You can find all my links, all the streaming platforms, all my social media links at racheldara.com. That's that simple.
Okay. And once again, what's the website?
racheldara.com. So racheldara.com. That easy, that short, that simple.
All right. Well, certainly check it out as the Next Big Invention. Rachel, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you back. We wish you all the best. And Rachel, you definitely have a great future. Have you?
Thank you, and much appreciated, Mike. Have a great night, have a great day, or wherever you're watching from.
There's a house on my street that gives me the creeps, and until now it seemed all once to me. Before this happened, I wasn't scared of anything, but when I got back on the day of the tragedy, I passed an old shack to find a man just so raggedy. He seemed to know more about me than I did, and pretending not to be scared like how a big boy shouldn't be, slowly opened my eyes. The old tiny was staring at me. He knew this water didn't have chlorine, and he said, "Go home, Johnny, go home. You just lost your best friend, but you didn't even even see. Go home, Johnny, go home. Big boy's honest when somebody thinks the baby's drowning. Go home, Johnny, go home. That little girl is more human than you'll ever be, unless you learn to see the bad things, the bad things. Now I'm running straight ahead, and before I left, the man screamed that I'm lucky I'm not dead. I'm 6 years old. What is that supposed to mean? If Mom, I saw to say I'm sweating from the neighbor's trampoline. But when I walked back in my wet t-shirt and blue jeans, I thought about what the old man had said to me. What did he mean by somebody was drowning? And is that why the little girl was crying? Go home, Johnny, go home. You just lost your best friend, but you didn't even see. Go home, Johnny, go home. Big boys notice when somebody next to them is drowning. Go home, Johnny, go home. That little girl is more human than you'll ever be, unless you learn to see the bad things, the bad things. Go home, Johnny, go home. You just lost your best friend, but you didn't even see. Go home, Johnny, go home. Big boys notice when somebody next to them is drowning. Go home, Johnny, go home. That little girl is more human than you'll ever be, unless you learn to see the bad things, the bad things. Oh, oh, oh.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, I'm Burl Bear, legendary American author, and I'm here to tell you about Missing, the new mystery suspense novel by Mian Mosensia. It's really a good book. Very surprising. Never metaphor I didn't like, especially in this book. Here you have a main character whose life has been filled with despair. His wife died in 9/11. His young daughter died of a rare disease. He's not a happy camper. What does he do for a living? He's a physical fitness trainer. When somebody hardly knows, someone he's never met, he only has encountered them on an internet chat line, goes missing, this is his journey. He's going to go rescue them. This is his search for redemption, his search for his own personal promised land. He couldn't do anything about the death of his wife, the death of his child, but maybe he could rescue this woman he's never met. That is, if she exists. Missing by Mian Mosensia, international in scope, vastly entertaining, full of surprises. I suggest you get it, neither paperback or an electronic edition for your Kindle. Missing by Mian Mosensia.
Baby, come back.
Heidi Tan has a new release, the remake of Player's Baby Come Back.
Spending all my nights, all my money going out of the town.
With special guest, international recording artist Nils on guitar. And now with her own twist on the classic comes Heidi Tan 2023.
Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see.
She delivers the punch you'd expect from a seasoned pro with this arrangement of Baby Come Back. Destined to be a chart topper, Heidi Tan, Baby Come Back.
The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Illuminatical, the think tank of the future. Illuminatical, a human think tank that brings scientists and engineers together from all over the world, has created a method to construct a renewable generator with this in mind. This unique product operates on a closed-loop system that generates more energy internally than it needs to function. The extra electricity can be used to run everything from homes and power grids to phones and laptops. This power source is entirely renewable, highly scalable, and more importantly, self-regenerating. For more information, visit facebook.com/Illuminatical. That's facebook.com/ELLUMENIPTICAL today. The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Serena Wagner's book, The Sweet Psalmist, now available on Amazon. This book includes 30 exquisite paintings by well-known and unknown painters and King David Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives us a new perspective on his life in this book. Through the Psalms he wrote, his time as a shepherd in the field is where the book starts, and it goes on to describe his complicated and turbulent relationship with King Saul as well as other events. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, and more. It also offers advice on approaching God and living a life that pleases him. Check out the book, The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, now available on Amazon. Keywords, Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.